Well, things are pretty busy in the workshop at the minute. Been making a batch of replacement list to do here in lit valve guides. But aside from that, I've had a few issues with the Land Rover. The ignition, more to the point. Or not to the point, as there aren't any. But anyway, we have an electronic module in there, and I think it's on the blink. Not the module itself, but the cable into it. Now, I took the distributor off last night, and the first problem that was immediately apparent was that the earth strap between stator and the moving advance plate was broken. So I replaced that, thinking that was all the trouble was, as it was an intermittent misfire. Put the distributor back, the damn thing wouldn't start. The only other thing that I'd done was to solder some terminals on, lengthen the cable a bit, and just pull a bit more cable through into the distributor, because I felt the angle of the cable was much too tight, and I think that's what's caused the problem. It would appear, by the feel of it, that there is no cable left attached. So what I'm going to do is take that unit out, have a close look at it. As it happens, I've just bought a spare exactly the same, so I'm hoping to fit that, but I'll probably just heat shrink the connections there just to give them a bit more protection. What I am pleased to see though is that the full length bronze bush that I made for it has survived well. There's no detectable play in that, still just as nice and free and true running as it was when I built it. So here's the cause of all the trouble. We had two faults on the distributor. I asked a few people what they thought the trouble might be, and they all said the little earth strap between the rotating advance plate on which the points are mounted, if you're using points, and it goes to the body of the distributor, ensuring a good earth. The other fault was that the cables, and it's really down to my fitting rather than this unit, the cables out of the ignition module, because I'm running electronic ignition, it's a AccuSpark kit. I just bent the wires straight around the back of it and out. I didn't really give it a great deal of thought at the time, but it's lasted 2 years. So what I've done fitting the new module, about 35 quid they are, so they're one of the cheaper units out there. What I've done is to heat shrink the cables and take them on the least tortuous route possible round the advance plate, because if I can get hold of it, that is moving whenever you accelerate. So what I've done is strapped the wire down. You can't actually see it, there's a very small cable tie in there. Strapped it down to the stationary part of the distributor, so it's just missing that there, and it's then got plenty of clearance over the advance plate, and it's just strapped loosely to the earth strap so that it can't ride up and into the path of the rotor, because that would be fairly catastrophic. It also ensures that there's no stress where the connections go, or the cables rather, go into the module and connect. So I've replaced the earth strap as well. I've made a slightly longer one, so it flexes just there. There's plenty of length to allow it to move, hopefully without breaking like the last one, which was much shorter. It's interesting that both of those cable faults have occurred at exactly the same time. But anyway, as you can see, the advance can move quite happily now. It's not stressing the cable, it's got plenty of room to move, and it should last a good bit longer. For anyone who's wondering about fitting one of these units, I think it's well worthwhile, but not if you've got a worn distributor. It really wouldn't make a lot of difference. You might notice an improvement over your points, but that's because you're not relying on a direct contact between the cam and the point set. However, it's not really going to help in the long run. This was one of those cheap 20 quid Chinese copy distributors of the Lucas 45 D4. I just stripped this down and pressed the bearings out of it, two little sintered steel bearings, and I've machined and pressed in a full length bronze bush, and there's a video about it about 2 years back, I think. Anyway, pleasingly it's showing no signs of wear. I did put an oil hole in it just there. It seems to have done the trick. It's not too oily in there either. But yeah, no wear showing as yet. Rotates nice and free still. I'm very pleased with that. It was well worth the time and effort. But the advantage of fitting this unit over points is, first of all, a little less maintenance. Though the thing you do have to keep on top of is cleaning the cap and rotor because of the high voltages involved. There are, however, no points to set and adjust. I also find that the idle is slightly smoother and there's a lot more power at the top end. The engine is also a lot smoother running at high revs. My vehicle spends most of its time doing 50 miles an hour plus on the roads I drive, never less than 20 miles at a time, and for that kind of driving, 250 to 300 miles a week, it's well worth it. So I would certainly recommend it, but it's more down to how you fit it, how successful it is. You'll also find you'll have to tweak the timing once you've fitted it. Anyway, we'll go and fit this back to the Land Rover. I've just lengthened the cables. I'm just hoping that the insulation there is going to be good enough actually. I just thought about the higher potential there, but we'll see. And I've soldered the terminals on this time rather than crimps, which I don't really like. That's it, we'll see if it works now. As you can hear, it's running very sweetly now. 2 1/4 petrols never seem to quite idle perfectly. They always seem to have this slightest little splutter or misfire. Various people were trying to explain that on an internet forum the other day, which was interesting, some of the theories. But anyway, it's running very nicely, idling much lower than it would before. It's pulling stronger, running a little bit smoother, and without the misfire and hesitancy. I just thought I'd show you what's in it, in the AccuSpark unit. 3 little circuit boards, nothing terribly exciting really. Much as I'm averse to electronics, even I have to admit that it's quite a good little unit just for improving the performance and starting and so on. I've certainly been very pleased with this one until now, but I think the problem is more down to my fitting. The wires had broken off through flexing all the time just there. Anyway, so that's what's in it. I hope the video has been of interest, and thank you very much for watching.